Okay, so today I'm installing some levers on my 2023 Street Triple 765 RS. Now, levers is one of the things I didn't think I would have to do. I didn't plan on doing it when I got the bike because this is like one of the first bikes that come with some nice black levers. Comes with the Brembo MCS 19, and they're fairly decent. You know, they look good. They match the rest of the bike. But one thing is the level of adjustment is just not there, particularly on the brake side. The clutch side comes in pretty far. As you can see, it comes in pretty close to the bike, but the brake side is like sticking out just a tad more than I'd like. So I offer to get some levers that offer just a bit more adjustment. And for levers, I always told myself I've always wanted a set of TWM levers. Like, for those that know, for those that don't know, these are probably some of the best levers you can get for your motorcycle. I mean, they make levers for Brembo, and a lot of people use them in racing. Like, you could go watch like any series of racing from Moto America, BSB to World Superbike, and even MotoGP. A lot of people use TWM levers, and I'm not getting them just because I'm like fast, because I'm definitely not fast. But I mean, if they're good enough for racers, they got to be good enough for normal people, right? The craftsmanship is just incredible for what you get. I mean, they make levers for Brembo, so you already know, and they offer really good adjustment and come close to the bar. But yeah, I'm gonna adjust these. This is the clutch perch. It comes with the perch, as you can see. So I gotta replace the OEM one, and that involves cutting the quick shifter cable and wiring it into this part. And they give you all the parts for that, and the brake side should be pretty easy. Okay, so for this, you're gonna want a 4mm Allen key socket, or just an Allen key, and of course a 10mm wrench, because why wouldn't it be 10mm? Okay, so next you're gonna remove this plunger out of here, the OEM plunger. You want to be careful that you don't damage the rubber part. So you might want to grab some set of pliers and just be very delicate working it out. And there you go. And next is installing the plunger that comes with the levers. Okay, so following the directions, I looped it up a little bit. You know, sometimes you gotta put a little hot tool on there so it can slide right in. But now I gotta get over this little indentation here. So, got it over the indentation. Just used a set of pliers to hold it, and while I pushed it in place. Alright, so got that in there. Next is to fit the lever, and if you see that little hole right there, that hole needs to match up with the plunger. So you just put that in there, stick that in there. Now, pass the bolt that you took out, the OEM side, pass that through. And you don't want to tighten it all the way just yet. You just want to get it nice and snug enough so you can adjust it, make sure it's working and everything. So this is the part that's going to save you from breaking. If this bike goes down, the levers won't break because they're foldable. Now, look at that level adjustment. Look how far my fingers come out. And then it can go in some more, like incredibly adjustable. Alright, so now the brake side is done. And then go on to the hard part, which is the clutch side. Because the clutch side is more involved. Now, changing to this style lever does eliminate the MCS adjustment, so you can't have the soft, medium, and hard pressure pulls anymore. So now it just feels like a regular brake pull, which is kind of like in between the softest and the medium setting. But if you do want a set of aftermarket levers that still have the adjustment, the MCS adjustment, I recommend going with Bonamici. So far, they're the only ones I've seen that offer the adjustment on an aftermarket lever. So now for the clutch side, just for these levers alone, because you're removing the clutch perch, you gotta take apart pretty much the whole clutch lever. So the first thing you want to do is loosen up the clutch cable. Of course, give yourself some slack so you can pull the cable out from this slide right here, which goes into the perch. Alright, loosen this on the clutch perch. It is a 12mm wrench. Just get the slack off of that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take the whole perch off and then take the lever out. So, these bolts and the bolt on the other side of this are 5mm. So on the brake side it was 4mm, because I guess it's Brembo, and this is the OEM side, so it's 5mm on this side. This screw right here is a real small Torx bit, which I do not have. I believe it's a T20. It's definitely not a T30 because I tried that. So what I do have is a 7/64 Allen key, and that seems to fit just fine. It's not torqued down too tight to where it'll strip the screw. So I'm just going to go ahead and back that out. So go ahead and take this off, because this side is holding in that clutch cable. So just tighten this enough to give you enough slack to slide out the clutch cable. Here's the TWM perch. Now you see on this front side has a hole in it. That's for the supplied TWM micro switch. There's the switch right here. There's the plug. Now they do supply you with some attachments for you to cut the OEM harness and attach it to this part. So you just screw the green side in to the front of the perch like so. then you have the green side there. And now the hard part is just cutting the harness and wiring it up. So this is what the inside of the OEM micro switch looks like. You can just take this spring off so you don't lose it. And these are the two wires, the red and black wire that attaches to the TWM supplied micro switch. So I'm just gonna cut that zip tie off just so I can get better access to it. And this is the switch itself. So you're just essentially replacing this switch with TWM switch. Get my professional tools. So yeah, I cut this. Gotta cut it as short as possible. Right. Now we just gotta strip these wires to make them fit this part that TWM gives you. So now I got the wire ends crimped up, so red and black. Alright, so finally got the terminals on the plug. Found it a little easier taking the clutch perch off because you don't have much space to play with, and sliding the terminals on. Then you just take this cover and push it up over this. Get it nice and snug. I'm still not trying to damage the terminals. You don't want them coming loose, and you don't want this switch backing out. Alright, so I jumped ahead a little bit, but you kind of see how it's set up. I got the perch on there, I got the micro switch on there. The hard part was getting this on there with the supplied red anodized adjuster. This would not fit at all. I didn't have enough slack in the clutch to attach it to the clutch lever with the supplied adjuster on there. So what you gotta do is just unthread that red adjuster and then thread the OEM cable adjuster into the TWM perch. I won't say it's easy, but I won't say it's hard. I just used a little PB blaster to lube it up and spun it on there, and I got it threaded all the way in there. So now, good to go. Just gotta check the slack and make sure the micro switch is working and catching at the right point, and that's about it.